Hello? Mommy? Daddy? Did you come home? Hello? Addie, you scared me.
Jillian, you look like you're scared already.
I am scared. You'll never believe what's happening.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
I kept hearing these noises in the attic, and I saw this skull, and it got downstairs, and it kept appearing everywhere, and I thought I got it, but then there were these bugs in the blanket.
Whoa, slow down. Why don't you just show me what you're talking about?
Okay, but you might not like what you see. That's the blanket where I had the skull and then it turned into a bunch of bugs.
I don't see any bugs now, Jillian.
They're probably hiding inside the blanket. I swear, Addie, it was full of bugs, and before that there was a whole skull in there.
You said that the skull kept on disappearing and reappearing. Maybe it's somewhere else now.
Before it was over on that table. Let's take a look. That's weird. I wonder if I killed it, or maybe it went back up into the attic.
I don't know, Jillian. Wait a minute. Is this it?
Addie, don't touch it! Addie, just throw it away! Why aren't you listening to me? Addie! Say something!
What happened?
Addie, are you alright?
I think so. Wait, where's the skull?
You had it. Did you drop it?
Jillian, that skull is gone.
What happened to you? You were just frozen and staring into the distance.
It was weird. I was here 1 minute and then the next minute I was in the woods.
What woods?
The woods behind our house. I guess I was lost, but then the skull was there.
Did the skull keep disappearing and reappearing like it did to me?
Yeah, it was kind of scary, but I think it was trying to guide me towards something.
Guide you? Towards what?
It kept appearing on trees and stumps, and I think it was showing me landmarks.
Why would it do that?
I think it wanted me to be able to find a special spot later.
What special spot?
Well, the last thing it showed me before I came back was this weird flat rock.
There's lots of rocks in the woods. What's so weird about that?
I don't know, you'd have to see it. There was something strange about it. I think it had powers.
What does a rock in the woods have to do with a skull in our attic?
I don't know, Jillian, but it felt like it was showing it to me for a reason.
I don't think we can trust the skull, Addie. Where is it even hiding right now?
Let's look for it. Jillian, where are some of the places that appeared for you?
Well, really, it was just in a few places. It was on that desk over there, on that shelf over there.
Anywhere else?
Just the first place I found it, the attic.
I guess we need to check the attic then.
Why do we need to check it at all? Let's just leave it up there.
Jillian, are you telling me you'll be able to sleep soundly tonight knowing there's a magical skull in your attic?
I guess not, but I don't know where you're going with this.
Something happened when I had that vision, and my instincts are telling me that this is the right choice.
All right, I'll humor you. Are you still sure you want to do this?
Want to? No. Have to? Maybe.
I went up last time. You should go this time.
Okay.
Do you see anything up there?
I don't see it. Where was it?
Try over on the left side. Sounds like you just found it.
It's back up here again, Jillian.
Well, now what are we gonna do?
I don't know, but at least we know where it is now.
Okay, so what did that prove?
It proved the skull can get back up in the attic if it wants to.
Wait a minute, Addie. It can only get out of the attic if we open the door, right?
I guess so. Otherwise, it would have just came down here a long time ago.
So that means there's limits to the skull's power. It can change locations, but it can't do everything it wants to do.
What do you think it wants to do, Jillian?
Well, you said it yourself. I think it wants us to go to that place in the woods.
Do you think the skull wants us to take it there?
Maybe, but I don't think we should. At least not right away.
So what should we do?
Let's go out in the woods and look around. It can't hurt to see if what you saw in your vision was real.
Yeah, I guess the skull isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Come on.
The skull was on that branch before. I know it.
I guess that means we're on the right track.
Come on.
Does any of this look familiar?
Yeah, but it's a lot less scary this time with you here. Come on. Jillian, I remember this log. The skull was right over there.
Well, he's not there now.
I think we need to go this way.
Is this supposed to mean something?
The skull was in there. Now I know we're on the right track. The skull was wedged in the tree right there, too.
Addie, how do you know the skull isn't leading us to something bad?
If it meant to do us harm, wouldn't it have done something back in the house?
Maybe. Come on.
There it is!
What do those sticks mean?
Yeah, they're like radiating out from it.
Maybe this stone is the source of some sort of power.
This must be important to the skull.
Addie, was that there before?
The stone and the sticks? Yeah.
No, not that. That.
No, I would have remembered that.
Come on, let's take a closer look.
You're not gonna touch it, are you, Jillian?
I just want to see what it is. It's beautiful.
Jillian, is that a necklace?
I think it's like a choker. It has some sort of pendant on it.
Who do you think left it here?
It's weird. It's a really old-fashioned style, but it looks brand new.
Jillian, I don't like this. This reminds me of a grave.
I don't think there'd be a grave out here in the middle of the woods.
Well, how else do you explain it? The skull wanted us to come here, there's a big rock, and now this.
Well, if the skull wanted us to find it, maybe the skull wants us to take it home.
I don't know if you should touch it, Jillian. Remember what happened when I touched the skull?
I'm pretty sure that was just the skull trying to communicate to us, to bring us here.
Do you feel anything weird, Jillian?
I feel fine, but look at this woman. She's beautiful. She must have been royalty or something.
I just don't know what all this means, Jillian.
I think we need to take this back to the skull and see if it responds somehow.
Well, I guess it's better than bringing the skull back out here.
Come on.
Hello? I'm home. Is anyone here? Girls? Is anyone here? Girls? Girls, are you up there? Hello? Hello? Who's that?
Jillian, I could have sworn that we left that attic door open.
Yeah, the step stool and the flashlight aren't there either.
Daddy must have come home and put everything away.
Daddy, we're home.
Maybe he had to go back out again.
I guess so, but usually he sends us a text when he does that.
He's probably pretty busy today. Do you think we should get the skull now, Jillian?
Maybe not right away. I'd like to find out more about this necklace.
This whole time I've been thinking of the skull as being a man, but now that we have this necklace, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm really thinking of that skull as once belonging to a person.
Are there any clues on the necklace? Is there a date or a name or something?
No, I don't see any dates or names on this, but just guessing from the style, I'd say this is from the 1800s.
If that's from the 1800s and is somehow related to the skull, how did the skull get in our attic?
Yeah, this house was only built maybe 20 years ago.
How do you think it relates back to the stone? Do you think the rest of the skeleton is buried under the stone?
That's one possibility. Hey, do you think the skull wants to be buried with the rest of the skeleton?
Maybe that's the only way it will find peace again and it'll stop bugging us.
I just wish there was some kind of clue on this necklace before we go burying skulls in the woods.
Wait a minute, Jillian. Maybe we can do some research on that type of necklace.
It's worth a try.
What are you gonna look up?
Let's start with 19th century necklaces. There's just a lot of Etsy matches here.
Filter out the words shopping and buy.
Okay, that narrows it down, but there's just still too many necklaces.
Wait a minute, Jillian. We'll just take a picture of the necklace, do an image search, and see what comes up.
Great idea.
There we go, and send. You should have it in your drive.
That does narrow it down. Here's a historical site.
What does it say?
See this painting? This woman's wearing a necklace that looks a lot like the one we found.
What does it say about her?
They just call her the Countess. Not much is known about her, but apparently she immigrated from Europe and settled in this area.
I remember Daddy saying there used to be a mansion back in those woods, but it burned down over 100 years ago.
It doesn't say anything about the fire, but it does say that at some point she just disappeared. No one ever saw her again.
That seems kind of suspicious.
Yeah, there's so many things we'll never know that aren't written into the history books, or history websites in this case.
So what does this really tell us, Jillian, about the skull and the stone?
Not much, I guess, but I'm starting to think that maybe you're right.
That we need to take that skull to its final resting place?
Right, but there is something that's bothering me a little.
What's that, Jillian?
There were some rumors that she possessed certain supernatural abilities. Some people even thought she was a sorceress.
That is kind of creepy.
It makes me wonder if whatever happened to her had something to do with those rumors.
You think people were afraid of her and decided to do something about her?
If history's any indication, people don't always take kindly to what they don't understand.
True, but what if they were right?
Are you saying she really was some kind of sorceress?
You'll have to admit that everything that's been going on with the skull isn't exactly normal, is it?
I guess not.
Maybe there's a good reason that that skull isn't in its final resting place.
So if we take it there, we might be doing more damage than good?
I think it's something we have to consider. Wait, I hear someone coming.
Daddy, is that you?
No, it's me. Have you seen your dad anywhere?
No, we thought he was with you.
That's weird. When I last saw him, he said he was coming home.
He probably just forgot something and went back out again.
That's weird. He usually calls me if there's a change in plans.
Well, why don't you just call him?
I'm already doing it. That's weird. I hear his phone in the house.
Well, that means Daddy's in the house somewhere.
I'll find him. His phone's right here on the floor.
That's weird. He always has his phone with him.
Well, it's here now.
Girls, I'm a little bit worried. Do you have any idea where your father might be?
Addie, I think we need to tell her what's going on.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So you're telling me that a skull from the attic has been chasing you around the house, and now it has Daddy?
I told you she wouldn't believe us, Jillian.
Whether you believe us or not, can you please check the attic, Mommy?
I twisted my ankle the last time I went up that ladder, but I'll open it up for you. Bob, are you up there? I better get the flashlight.
Do you think he's up there, Jillian?
Every time the skull is returned to the attic, so we have to start there.
Jillian, did you hear something up there?
Daddy, is that you?
Girls, what was that noise?
The dummy fell out of the attic.
I don't even remember it being up there.
Must have been leaning against the door. I found the flashlight.
I forget whose turn it is to go up into the attic, Jillian.
I got this one. Daddy, are you up here?
Do you see anything, Jillian?
Daddy's not up here, and I don't see the skull either.
You better come back down, Jillian. I don't think your father's even in this house.
Now what?
I think your father just went to the hardware store and forgot his phone. You girls stay here.
Okay, Mommy.
I really hope Mommy finds Daddy at the hardware store, but I really don't think he's there.
Yeah, the skull isn't in the house, and I think it has something to do with Daddy's disappearance.
I really wish we'd had a chance to warn Daddy about the skull.
Well, maybe he's just getting rid of it.
I think if he'd have done that, then he would have let Mommy know. I think something fishy's going on.
Well, the skull needed us to get out of the attic. Maybe it needed Daddy to get out of the house.
When I touched the skull, it showed me the woods. Daddy might be in a similar kind of trance.
Addie, that's it. It's probably guiding him to the woods.
If it wants to be returned to the stone, Daddy's probably doing that right now.
Well, we were considering doing the same thing. Maybe this is a good thing.
We can't be sure that this is a good thing, Jillian. Besides, wouldn't Daddy have let us know that he was doing this?
Yeah, I think the skull's in control of the situation now.
We better go to the woods to check this out before Daddy gets hurt.
Wait a minute, Addie. What if we get hurt?
Jillian, if Daddy's in trouble, I want to help him, and I don't care what the risks are.
I guess so, but we need to be careful. We don't know what we're dealing with here.
Well, hopefully the skull's intentions are good and it just wants to be put to rest.
We better get going.
I totally forgot he was there.
Yeah, I thought Mommy would have put him away.
Wait a minute, Jillian, I forgot something.
Hurry. Come on, Addie. Daddy needs us.
I'm coming!
I think the stone's over there.
Come on. Jillian, look!
Dad's backpack.
It's right by the stone, Jillian. Now we know he came here.
Why do you think he brought his backpack?
He had to be carrying the skull, Jillian.
I think you're right. The skull couldn't leave the attic on its own, much less our house. I think Dad had to have carried it.
So we know Daddy was here, but where is he now?
And where's the skull?
I think the skull told Daddy to bring it here, just like it was trying to tell us.
That still doesn't explain where Daddy and the skull are now.
Daddy, are you out here?
Daddy?
Jillian, look!
It says help.
Jillian, I think it's Daddy.
But how are we supposed to help him?
Daddy was called here to bring the skull, but it still hasn't found rest.
There's something still missing.
The necklace.
If only we brought it with us.
We did.
Addie, that's awesome. Go put it on the stone.
I'm not going near that stone.
You want Daddy back, don't you?
Yeah, but what if it makes us disappear too?
We have to at least try.
Let's do it together then.
All right. Look, the word's gone.
I think that's a good sign. Come on. So now what do we do?
I don't know. I thought something would have happened.
What else do you need us to do? We brought you the necklace.
Daddy, come back.
Jillian, look!
Daddy!
We have to get him out of there! Daddy, are you all right?
I think so. What happened?
We'll explain later. Right now, let's just get away from this stone.
you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe.
Be sure to check out our other 2 channels. There's Jillian and Addie Laugh, our comedy channel, and Jillian and Addie Life, our vlogging channel. They're a lot of fun.
Tell us what you thought about this video on Instagram. We also post new pictures, videos, and stories every day.
We even post sneak previews of our upcoming videos, like this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
What are you reading these days?
This is accidentally Wes Anderson. I got it for Christmas.